Hi everybody, this is Teri from Sweet Pea Papers and Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Paper Crafts group. Now, I want to welcome you to Teri's Crafty Christmas. Yay, it's Christmas time. And this is sponsored by me, Teri, and Natalie from LineDotArrow. She's a wonderful designer. She's designed the 2 kits that we'll be working with this month. And each collaborator, there's 30 of them, at least one a day. There's 25 days from the 1st through Christmas. We'll be using one of those 2 kits or both. Okay, so there's going to be more than 50 videos because I'll be doing more than one video. And Natalie's going to be doing 4 videos at least. And so I just put 50 because I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least 50, if not more. And there's 5 Facebook groups involved, my 3 plus LineDotArrow, and then also 2 Sisters Jam, which is Stacy and Dana from 2 Sisters Jam Etsy shop and 2 Sisters Jam Facebook group. Now, there's going to be a drawing in all 5 groups, and at this point, we had 22 prizes. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. The first place prize, which is a grab bag from my 3 groups, is open to the U.S. only. I'm sorry, I can't afford to mail internationally. So if you want to put down where you're from, if you're not from the U.S., when you make your post, which you'll see in a second, that's how to enter, then feel free to do so. And then that way, if you happen to win that prize, then unfortunately I can redraw. It's up to you, whatever you'd like to do. We'll work it out. There's free challenge papers, which I just happen to call Crafty Christmas papers, but apparently they're called challenge papers. That was my mistake. And every week from the LineDotArrow Facebook group, and her Facebook group is called LineDotArrow Junk Journal Group. Okay, so it's LineDotArrow Junk Journal Group Facebook group. All this information is below. Don't worry about any of the links or the names or whatever. Everything is going to be in the text below this video. Okay, and the hashtag for this event is Teri's Crafty Christmas. Now, these are the 5 Facebook groups. I guess I just told you that, but you can see it on here. And I corrected it, and no, it is 2 Sister Jam, because I looked. And anyway, these are the 5 groups that are going to be involved. And then on this page is how you enter to get the prizes. Okay, you can make a post in any or all of the 5 Facebook groups using the kit papers, the free weekly challenge papers, or a combination of both. The post must state what you're using, the kit, challenge, or combination. The post can be a picture, a reel, or a video. The post must include the hashtag Teri's Crafty Christmas. You can make, so that's all you have to do to enter, is these 3 things. State what you're using. And include the hashtag. Those are the only 2 things you have to do. And then, yeah. And so then just extra information. So you have to have the hashtag, and then you have to make a post of a picture, a reel, or a video. You can make multiple entries with different posts in each and all groups. You can only win once per drawing, but you can win in multiple drawings. So you could win first place in one, second place in another, second place in another, third place in another, so on and so forth. Winners are only announced in the drawing videos, so you must watch the drawings to see if you have won. Now, if this camera angle seems a little weird to you, it is. I've never used my phone before to record a video, so we'll see how this goes. My computer that I normally use to film with has died, and it's only 1 year and 6 months old. I'm not very happy about that. so I've had to resort to using my phone. And so hopefully I'm doing this right. So what we're going to be doing is an 8-page, an 8-page small signature. Now, we're using craft paper for the papers. Then I'm going to be using the 2 kits are called Blue Christmas, and there's 26 pages, and the other kit is called The Magic of Christmas, and there's 25 pages. So one is blue and one is red. Okay, so we're going to be using the Blue Christmas in this particular project, and I'm going to try to get another project in using the Magic of Christmas, but as you guys know, I'm having surgery on my elbow, and it looks like they've moved it up to December 6th. Yay. So, anyway, the first page is all this stuff. As you know, I like to kind of do the first page a little bit, have a couple little features on it. We're not going to go crazy. It's just 8 pages, a nice little something to maybe put in your book as a signature, or to make a little 8-page gift. You know, go ahead and do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and stitch it up, or put it in a little bitty cover and give it as a gift that way. So there's different ways you can do. Now, this is for the CD cover, these papers. This paper right here is not in the kit. It's stationery that I had laying around in the craft room, as you do. And it's really thin. It's thin, like 22 pound. So I thought I would use it on the inside of here. Since we're kind of working with craft paper and stuff, it's pretty thick. We got magnets involved and things like that. So I thought we'd use this thin paper. Then this is going to be the back of our CD cover. And, oh, I'm not doing a flip through. I guess I should have told you that part. That part's pretty important. Natalie did a video that aired on November 30th over at youtube.com/@LineDotArrow. And all that link's going to be below. And in that video, she does a flip through of each of the kits. So you want to make sure to do that. And she also gives the first week's challenge. There's a challenge every week, and you can choose to do the challenge or not. You can still go to LineDotArrow Junk Journal group and get the freebies, and you can either do the exact challenge that she shows you, or you can do any project you want. You can post pictures of any project you want, but they only go in the drawing if you use the freebies or the kits or a combination. So these are some of the papers. This is going to be in the freebies in the first week because I requested this paper and it was not included in the original kit. Natalie was kind enough to make it for me. So let's go ahead and make the paper for the front of the CD. Seems kind of dark to me too, because I'm used to having the ring light that comes around my webcam that I use. So we're going to need a 3-inch circle die, which I just happen to have. You can use a 4-inch, but boy, it's really close to the edges. I believe this is a 4-inch circle. Having a little trouble with my voice today, so you guys know it gets a little squirrely sometimes, literally. Sound like a squirrel. The 2 ink colors I'm using are Iced Spruce. That's what I've used on all the papers. And then I used Gathered Twigs on any of the craft paper. So let's measure this first. That would be a good idea. And this is directional. it's handwriting. Mark just a little bit inside, so we have a little bitty border all the way around. And for those of you who are new at my channel, my paper trimmer is big and it's off the camera, so I just trim my paper off camera. You get to hear the exciting noises. And wonder what's taking me the heck so long. Paper just moved on me. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and ink this first before I cut the hole in it, because it's a little more sturdy before you put the hole in, and it's easier to ink the outside edge, especially when I'm using one of these irritating little bitty ones. It drives me nuts. Not that that makes any difference on the inking, but it makes a difference in my attitude. Oh, I gotta pull these sleeves up too. I got glue on this little Dachshund sweatshirt that I'm wearing, and I got a little upset. Of course, I got it on Temu, so I could just order another. And I forgot to set my timer, so I don't know how long. So we'll go a little bit. I'm not sure about storage on my phone. I've never used my phone. I don't use my phone for hardly anything but chatting. I'm going to make a 3-inch circle in the center with my big shot. It's also too big to put under the camera. It's going to jiggle the phone anyway, because my phone is on a swing arm that's clamped to my table, just like my webcam was. I just changed out the holder. Fortunately, I had a holder that would work. Okay, so here we go with the jiggling. And the banging. Anybody that's used a big shot knows how that works. Okay. All of my words, ephemera, are over on the floor drying because I sprayed them with my glitter spray. It's made with gold metallic acrylic paint and alcohol, and it makes an alcohol spray out of it. And so that's what I use when I want to put some sparkle on something. And I didn't want to go through, I still might, and put the triple thick on them, which is like glossy accents, only it comes in a jar and you can paint it on with a paintbrush, which is much easier. And it dries quicker. I'm going to ink the inside of the circle. Anyway, so I may go back over it with triple thick and make it shiny and sparkly, but it's not that much of a sparkle. Do you know what I mean? It mists the alcohol paint out, so it's subtle. So I think painting them on top of that would mask the shininess or the glitteriness, but maybe the shininess is better. I don't know. Okay. So now we're going to glue this on here. I did kind of mush the ink there, didn't I? Let me ink the other side and see if I can do it without making a big smear. Holes the same size on both sides, I hope. There we go. That looks better. Let's use that side. So we'll put glue on this side, because it's the same paper on both sides. Then we're going to cut a slice out of the side of the CD cover, which I probably should do before I glue the paper down. And it doesn't have to be very thick at all. Now, the CD is going to come from this side. So I need to make sure the text is right side up as far as that goes. Did I cut a hole in this one already? No. You know, these aren't square, so they're kind of iffy to get this on here the right way again. Okay, so this is the top. It doesn't really matter with this paper. It's collage, so it's upside down and right side up. But this main text here is right side up this way. So that's the way I'm going to cut the paper. And this one you want to cut pretty close to the edge on this side. Part of that gets cut off anyway. Do remember to put a little extra glue on the corners so that I can slide it around better. As I normally do, but it seems to really stick to this thin white paper. And having it white on the back and decorating it is a possibility as well. You just have to remember that if you get some CD covers have this little slot right here. Not sure exactly why, but they do. So you have to cover that somehow. Either by papering it like this or by decorating over it. And I'm going to put either a acetate pocket or an acetate belly band on here. I haven't decided, so we're going to go on to the envelope while I'm thinking about it. Let's make sure this is glued shut. Looks like it is. If it's not, just run a little bead of glue under there. Oh, we need to do the inside. So we're just going to slide this in. And then glue it, the back of this paper, this brown paper, to the back of the CD cover on the inside. So I just open it up like this. And I just run a thin bead of glue across there. And then push it down. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to do something to that. I've got laces set aside. I wonder if the blue one would look pretty on there. Maybe not because it's blue. Maybe the brown one would look better. I don't know. I kind of like that. And then do this thin or narrower one over the top. It's not that much narrower though. It just looks like I can't make up my mind. piece of fuzz. I'm nervous about putting my phone in that clamp that I have. And taking it out and putting it back and taking it out and putting it back because I had to buy my phone because I don't go through, you know, AT&T or somebody like that. I go through another company. So that I can get real discounted rates. Who needs all that data anyway? Okay, and then we'll put some ephemera and some words on it or whatever. Right now we're going to move on to the envelope. There's going to be no window in this envelope. But before we paper the back, we have to attach the CD cover to it first, or no. Right, before we cover the back, we have to attach the CD cover. Who thinks we should do it now? I do. Because this is going to go under the paper, right? And it's going to open this way. This is going to open this way. And that allows us to have a tab with a charm on it, okay? On the card. Okay, so we're going to paper this. I forgot the backs of all these are blue, and I'm like, why do I have these two blue papers? This is the front of the envelope. Which I think I didn't put the magnet on. Fortunately, we have some nice circles. I think I'll use this one. And I'll use that to cover the magnet. Because I was going to say we need to put a magnet on the front of here or the CD cover, and that was when I realized I hadn't put a magnet on the back. I'm a little flustered. Just not used to doing things this way. Used to being able to look over to the laptop to see what I'm doing. I'll get it. I'm a big girl. I will figure it out. I had to search the whole house for the clamp to hold the, maybe this is dark enough that I should do it in the brown. Yeah, that looks better. Missed a spot. My scan and cut didn't quite. There we go. Cut all the white around. It's offset by a little bit. Tried to calibrate it. So I guess that means we're making a belly band. Once we put a pocket low enough, we could put a lower pocket on there. You know, about this high. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to take a magnet. Well, I should be able to put it on the paper. So I'm not papering any of this. And this craft paper is going to be right underneath where the magnet is. I'm going to put the magnet on here just to be safe. So you put the magnet tape side up, and you flip it over, and you just rub on the tape so that it sticks on here. Sometimes you have to use a little bit longer piece of tape, and I didn't, so we'll see. Yeah, because this is going to be under paper, so it doesn't matter how long the tape is. And that way you can rub way out here and the tape will grab. Yeah, the glue was just wet on this and it was pulling this away. And the tape. Okay. So now let's paper this. This is so pretty. Now, I'd like to get more of this flourish. So I think I'm going to trim it down to here. Oh, I also, this is going to be on the tail end of my, I'm trying to decide, this may be on the tail end of my welcome video. If it's not, if you just see this video, then look on today for another video that welcomes you to the collaboration and that explains everything in more detail. I'll know after I do this video. Envelope's crooked. All right. That's That's always helpful. So if I do it like this, I need to trim a little bit more off the bottom. At an angle. Let's see if that works. This is just a white chalk pencil. This is a pretty big envelope, so it takes almost the whole page. Let's see if that worked. Look at that. That seemed excessively loud. This iced spruce is a greenish blue. It's very pretty. That's what I've done the envelope with. I didn't mind seeing a little bit of the white because there's white in this kit. Yeah, it looks like this envelope tapers in a little bit. Okay, so we'll do this to there. Now this is going to go on the paper this way. So this is going to be the top. I guess I should have checked the top on the front one, huh? So we need to put a magnet on here. And then that will be attached or matched up with a magnet on the back of the paper. Now we're going to need paper for in here. So I decided to use craft paper. I cut these little rounded parts off and then inked it. Make sure you do that. Unless you don't mind cutting paper that goes up around. If that's your bag, you can do it. And you want to cut this so that it covers the whole thing as much as possible. You don't really have a gap at either end. If so, you can just slide it so that the gap is equal. Like if it's a small gap. My pen stuck to my pencil stuck to that by the metal. Yeah, that'll be fine. Then we're going to ink this. On the 3 sides that you're going to see. Which are the 2 short ends and 1 long end. Where's my other? Oh. I want to try to keep them separate so I don't accidentally use the brown one on the iced spruce. So I'm just going to put this in here. And put some glue on the back side of it. Because we only need glue on this one side. Let's see. Maybe I'll do it this way. Because once you start sliding in and out, then you're not going to need glue on any other side, but just the side that sticks out. Okay. This has handwriting on it, so it's directional. This side, I don't notice the crookedness as much because I'm not going to that full width. So that you don't see the difference as much. The neighbor's dogs upstairs are arguing with each other. She has 2 pit bulls. These are not big apartments. I can see the possibility of disagreements arising. So what I think I'm going to do is put a pocket on the bottom here of the blue. of this to cover up that little bit of an angle where it's a little bit wider. Ink this. And the paper that I chose as the paper, I've already inked. So off camera, I'll make a card for the CD envelope and then put any lace or ribbon or whatever on the paper. Because of the time constraint that I have, because of my surgery, I'm going to be out of commission for about 10 days, right in December, which they just moved it a few days ago. I had to redo all my arrangements too, because I can't drive afterwards and all that good stuff. So it's always fun. It's a challenge, but I need to get it done. I'm hoping that I'll get some of the use of my hand back. It would be great. Maybe some feeling back in my fingers. But I'm going to have it on the other side as well. But I'm thinking that might not be as bad. I don't know, though. I've almost become a lefty because this hand is kind of weaker. Well, it isn't kind of weaker. It is weaker. But, so we'll see. But I am a righty. This is not working out well for me. Now, I'm going to measure this on, not that one. That just figures. On this one, because this one's wet with glue. So I'll use this one. And you see how it had those? So we're going to try it again. I don't see how it can be that crooked. And I'll still be able to use this paper for something else too once the glue dries on it. Yeah, this envelope is just crooked. It was fine on the other envelope. All right. I'll put some lace on it. I can't. Because it flips right there. That's why I can't. Unless I used lace that was small enough that it only covered the covered this and didn't stick out, but it would still be maybe a little awkward at the hinge. I'm now double thinking that maybe I might want to do more of the ephemera with the spray. Oh, come on. Oh, I know why. Because I only did it this wide. Should have done it the width of the paper. That's what I was trying to cover up. Having a lot of excitement in this video. A lot of mental bad words. Okay. Do we want it that high? We could decorate it more. We could put another pocket here. Yeah, I'll put a side pocket here out of this. Yeah. And it'll be patchwork like the papers are. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to run long. Let's glue this on so you can see how to do that with the magnet. And I've got some, sorry about the ring. I've got some stationery for in here. And by stationery, I mean 22-pound paper or 20-pound paper. I don't remember which one it is. Printed with the patterned paper on both sides. And then you can, it makes, and it's thin, so you can't, I can't really use it for anything else. It was a misprint. I forgot to take all the paper out of my backup printer. So not only did my laptop die, my printer died. All in November. I think I'm being pretty cheerful about the whole thing. I'm going to have to switch out rings. I think this one is too wide, maybe. Bang on the surface too much. Did I do that correctly? That's the ribbon going down. All right, so it needs to be glued on. Yeah, there's a ribbon hanging down right there, so it needs to be glued on the other way. I didn't notice it at first until I started going. I thought the picture was kind of interchangeable up and down because the holly was kind of neutral and the window looked, the picture frame is the same all the way around. Then I noticed the holly. I meant this holly's pretty neutral. Well, then look at the ribbon on that. And you hang the wreath on the top half, not the bottom half of a window. I was right the first time. That's the hanger, not the ribbon hanging down. This is the ribbon hanging down. So you got to keep your eye out. It's easy to put a picture upside down. In fact, sometimes I think it's harder to put it right side up. And this doesn't have to be exactly in the center. Thank goodness. And then we're just going to put the magnet on the back. I'm not going to put it in the book right now. I'm just going to mark it as page 1. Let's make sure that's going to the right magnet. It's not. So I guess we know that other one would have stuck. There we go. Through the layer of craft paper. There we go. There we go. Everybody's right side up and happy. So I'm going to decorate this. And it won't look so plain, obviously. And then when we come back in the next video, then we'll start working on a couple more pages. It'll go quicker and the video won't be as long because the introduction video, which may be a standalone video, depends, will be already done. Okay, well, thank you for being with me, and I will see you in the next video in this series, and this is going to be called Blue Christmas. Okay, all right, I'll see you then.